What's going on YouTube? Sasuke the Savage here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Hunter x Hunter chapter 377. Now, this review should be a lot shorter than a typical Hunter x Hunter review. Surprisingly, it wasn't really much to cover. I guess you can break this chapter down to three parts, which is the stuff with Fugetsu, Melody, Kacho, the stuff with the Spider Troupe, and the stuff with this new these Rose gang members. So let's get into it. We start off the chapter with Kacho making a request to her mother, the Sixth Queen, Seko. She asked her if it would be possible for herself and Fugetsu to play the flute together, which the reason why she's asking this is because none of the princes are allowed to be together in the same room until Sunday, when they all get together for the banquet. Other than that, they're supposed to be separate. They're not even supposed to exit the room at the same time. So she asked her mother to ask her father this request, and the queen obliges, and then we have Kacho secretly message Melody to relay the information that the mission is a go, that they plan to have herself and Fugetsu trying to find an escape route so they can get the fuck out of this secession war. And also, Melody plans to play her flute on an intercom, I believe, and this is going to be pretty good, not only for Kacho and Fugetsu, but for other princes, especially the lower tier princes like Prince Wobble, because if Melody is allowed to play her flute over the intercom, this will kind of quell the bloodlust of all of these other princes, because we've seen what Melody was able to do with Kurapika when he was about to go on a rampage when he's seen a Spider Troupe. And if Melody is able to quell the bloodlust of these other princes, maybe the more aggressive princes like Benjamin and the fourth prince, maybe this will give opportunity for the lower princes to actually be safe, at least for that day or that certain amount of time. Also, Kacho's bodyguard, Kini, or something like that, he figures out that Fugetsu's Ninbeast ability allowed her to have access to Kacho's room because he was using N, and he figured out that there was somebody in Kacho's room that popped up like through a manhole, and they disappeared. And since he figured that it was Fugetsu, since Kacho didn't make a fuss about it, and they went away with no problem. So I guess now this dude Kini is on Melody's side to try to help Kacho and Fugetsu escape. And also, we pretty much already knew this, but Kacho's whole front, her whole facade of being bitchy, being an asshole, is in a worst case scenario, if something were to happen where the bodyguards had to choose between saving Fugetsu or Kacho, she wants the bodyguards to save Fugetsu. And we all pretty much knew that. We knew that the moment Melody noted that Kacho wasn't her whole act was a lie. We pretty much knew that. So this time it was explicitly stated by Melody that this all is a front so that Kacho can protect her sister just in case something happens. And this is the Gashi we're talking about. I don't want to see these kids die, but they're most likely one is going to die. Most likely. This is Togashi we're talking about. This dude doesn't give a fuck. So, in all likelihood, one of them is going to die. Probably Fugetsu. And then we get the Phantom Troupe. And they all are together, meeting up. And surprise in this chapter, the 11th Spider Troupe member, Illumi. We already know that Illumi has a past with Hisoka. They're like buddies, man. And this chapter they took it even to another level because it was on like some yaoi shit where it was like Illumi ex Hisoka because Illumi kind of likened their relationship to a marriage to where they made an agreement where they were planning on killing each other one day and that Hisoka put a hit out on himself. So, and he made arrangements to where if Illumi were to kill Hisoka, that Illumi would get the money. So, yeah, it's just weird seeing these two. They're like the murder team, man. It's like Kane and the Undertaker. You can't really separate them, but now I guess it's on. I don't know. Illumi is a weird character, but I would have to say he's definitely on the Phantom Troupe side simply because you have Kalto, who's a spider. She's a spider. I mean, Trap. He's a spider. And we don't really know how Illumi feels about Kalto, but we know that he loves Killua in a sick, twisted way. But I would imagine that Illumi loves Kalto as well because Kalto is also taking a path of an assassin. Actually, now he is like the new assassin prodigy. And so I would imagine that Illumi would try to do his best to protect Kalto if Hisoka were to go after him, which we know that's something Hisoka would do because he talked about killing Killua in the past just to invoke Illumi's wrath. So be on the lookout for that. And pretty much with the stuff with the Rose Mafia guys, they have like basically control over certain floors and whatnot, and they have certain info that Crollo wants because they meet up and the Rose gang mafia members are like, yeah, you're in our seat, Spider Troupe. And they knew who they were, which was surprising to me. They were still talking to them as if the Phantom Troupe could not decimate their eyes right there. And Crollo just was pretty chill about it. He got out the seat in exchange for information. And now it's confirmed that they're looking for someone 190 centimeters because that's Hisoka's height, I guess, which gives more credence to Velarente being Hisoka possibly because Velarente is a tall dude. So, but that's pretty much it. And the other stuff, when it looked like Velarente, his arm was gone, and we know in a fight with Hisoka and Crollo, he lost his arm and got blown to bits. But yeah, the Rose member gang members gave them the information, but they aren't telling them the whole truth because Crollo asked about the first floor, and they kind of shrug him off and don't want to give him that information. So Crollo is just pretty chill about it, and now I guess they're going to check floors 2 through 4 because I think they said the 5th floor was no information about Hisoka on that floor. And that's why I'm saying, since they're checking floors 2 through 4, I believe that Hisoka is Velarente and he is on the 1st floor for 2 reasons. Because that would drag this out long to search for Hisoka, and also this will bring in more drama because Kurapika is on the 1st floor. So if Hisoka were on the 1st floor and he was in disguise as Velarente and the Phantom Troupe were to eventually go on the 1st floor, this would be all fucking chaos because then you have Kurapika there, you would have Hisoka there, and it would just be an all-out brawl pretty much, and it would be crazy. Pretty much Chrollo, at this point, it seems that he is completely devoted into having Hisoka's head on a platter. He is dead serious. It is no fucking joking with him right now. You can see it in his face. He is set on killing Hisoka. And this is kind of bad for the Spider Troupe because normally Chrollo is calm and he's meticulous and methodical in his fights. When he had that fight with Hisoka, the death match, he pretty much planned everything out in advance. He got the abilities he wanted. He set the stage. It was pretty much everything was in his favor. This time, he's kind of chasing. This time, he's chasing after Hisoka, which is not a good thing to do because this is Hisoka's playing ground. He's going to do kind of like some guerrilla warfare tactics where he's going to try to pick off the Phantom Troupe members one by one, disappear and repeat, and this isn't Chrollo's type of game. He's someone who he sets a trap. He's just like a spider. He sets a trap. He waits for you to walk into that trap, and now it's like he's getting out of his comfort zone, which is bad for Chrollo. No doubt that I believe that Chrollo has planned to fight for Hisoka, but it's definitely not going to be on the scale that he did when they had that death match, because that time he was totally prepared, and this time it seems like he's working off of pure emotion rather than logic. And the last bit of information, we found out that Neon, from the, what was it, the Nostradate family, the girl who could predict, who made the fortunes, we found out that she is dead because Shizuko asked Chrollo to tell her fortune, and Chrollo's like, I can't do it. He's like, that the ability is gone, which means that the former user is dead. So this could be one of two things. Either Neon or either her father decided, it's time to get rid of Neon, time to kill her since she had no use, or Hisoka realized that Chrollo had this ability and he just offed her, which I'm pretty sure Hisoka's seen Chrollo use this ability. Yeah, he did see that Chrollo used this ability because he changed his fortune. So it probably wasn't hard for Hisoka to find out who was the original user of this ability. So now he's taking Chrollo's legs off one by one because he took out Shalnark and Kotopi, and now that he took out Neon, Chrollo can't even predict his future, which was pretty overpowered ability to use because he could avoid certain situations, but now that's out of his hand. So, like I said, this isn't Chrollo's game to play, and I'm worried about certain members of the Spider Troupe. Also, Togashi threw in a Death Note reference in there. Just a little something, because last time he threw a Dragon Ball Z reference with the Spirit Bomb, so that was a cool thing to see in the chapter. But that pretty much wraps up the chapter review. Like I said, this was actually pretty tame for a Hunter x Hunter chapter. It was a good chapter. My rating system, it would get a 3, and 3 sounds like it's not good, but trust me, 3 is good, 4 is great, 5 is a masterpiece. This was a good chapter, and I'm interested to see what the Spider Troupe does to keep finding info about Hisoka. But that's it for the chapter review, guys. Sasuke the Savage. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.